You can't beat them, Marva.
Not if I run away. Take all the money you found and go and find some peace.
I won't have peace. I'll be worried about you all the time.
That's just love. Nothing you can do about that.
This is a Star Wars show? With lightsabers? And Jar Jar Binks? Andor is good Star Wars. Actually, Andor is the best Star Wars. Who am I even kidding? Andor is just good fucking TV on its own, okay? Let's just get that straight. I know I named the series one fantastic scene, but realistically, how am I supposed to choose just one from the series? Choosing one scene out of an episode which can have fiery, riveting, expository, politically charged dialogues between characters, jaw-dropping visuals with climactic highs of set pieces, and monologues and monologues and monologues that can rile up an entire crowd, or viewers in this case, to give them enough energy to make them want to run through a brick wall for them, or in this case, to fight against an authoritarian fascist regime. But don't misconstrue this very applicable message with the real-life happenings of states around the world. I'm only here to consume. We have all of that going on while knowing fully well that Luke Skywalker is just in Tatooine complaining his uncle's ear off.
Where'd she go? Bring her back. Bring back the entire message.
How did we get here? And the answer to that? Tony Gilroy. That's how. The man who delivered, in my very humble opinion of course, a story that can stand alone proudly in the silver screen landscape without even having to have the Star Wars logo plastered all over its front cover. It's just fantastic to see. So with all that in mind, I don't necessarily think that the scene I'm going to be talking about today is my favorite, like I've just explained before. Were you not listening? I just happened to choose the scene because whenever I tried to look it up on YouTube, the only clip I could find was from the official Star Wars channel, of course, was a short with 40k views. Really, Disney? This emotionally devastating and character-defining moment, and you're forcing me to watch it vertically? Cassian Andor, a man who just couldn't keep himself out of trouble, who almost wrecks everything he touches, well, doing it successfully, at least. After having committed something at the start of the show, don't worry, I'm not going to spoil it, just literally watch the first 15 minutes of the episode and you'll just want to binge it anyways. So, has caused a series of chain reactions of events, where by the end, he found himself helping a rebel group steal the quarterly payroll of an Imperial sector. A gross oversimplification? Yeah, definitely. Don't believe me? Alright, bet, just watch it then. And all that Cassian wanted was to get by, steal what he could to live comfortably with his on the brink of senile mother, Marva Andor, who has a very complicated past with Cassian, to say the least. Throughout the brief flashbacks and dialogue, Marva at the time was a spirited and lively soul, being a respected and revered member in her community, the Daughters of Ferrix, a social club from said planet where Marva is from, being a scavenger in a planet being overseen by a private security conglomerate known as the Priox Morlana? It is a Star Wars show after all, huh? The rebellious nature comes naturally to her, until a line was crossed. When her husband, a fellow scavenger named Clem, was hanged unjustly in the streets of Rick's Road.
I'd like to hang him.
A place she had held so dearly, only for it now to become a constant reminder of the death of her husband. Scarred because of it, now Marva spends her days worrying about Cassian and his well-being. And as subsequent events happen throughout the story, life under the Priox Morlana was slowly exchanged into a more authoritarian rule under the Empire. Bitter hopelessness was what was left of her. Until, of course, the Aldani heist came along. And I'll just let Marva explain for herself.
Then yesterday I heard about this attack at Aldani. Have you heard about this? I heard that. I put on my best coat and I walked across the square with a smile on my face. If there are heroes brave enough to take on a whole Imperial garrison, I'm brave enough to stick it out here. People are standing up. Whatever it takes. I've been lying around waiting to die long enough.
Real quick, I also just have to shout out Fiona Shaw, because holy shit, she was amazing in this brief scene. The rekindling of a once fiery spirit often comes with the simplicity of news, in which, in the grand scheme of things, really will change nothing. A quarterly payroll from just one system under the Empire out of thousands? Would that really make a dent? But that is just not how an oppressional rule would function. Tyranny requires constant effort. Authority is brittle. Oppression is the mask of fear. Holy shit, what a line! I knew I was right to stand by you, Nemec. This scene between Cassian and Marva was great proof of that line. Unbeknownst to Marva, Cassian was the spark that started the fire. And he knew that one tiny act of insurrection was enough to reignite Marva. And try as he might, there was just really nothing that Cassian could say or do that could douse it. And the tragedy of this all is that this epiphanic moment for Marva came at the wrong point for Cassius. Rather than this being the catalyst for Cassius' change into the freedom fighter he is destined to become, it instead was only a very, very pivotal stepping stone for Cassian to evolve from his self-indulgence and his selfish tendencies. Cassian repeated endlessly that he only wanted out. His acts of rebellion only came naturally to him because it aligned with his self-interest.
You just walk in like you belong. They're so fat and satisfied. They can't imagine it, that someone like me would ever get inside their house.
And even though the Aldani heist left great marks on his character, it just wasn't enough yet for it to steer him into the right path. Yet, at least. Holy shit, the next art is also really good. And what I really appreciated this show did to make Marva oblivious to Cassian's accidental heroism, and for Cassian to be this headstrong and unwavering in his selfishness, to just admit to Marva that he did it, that he was the one who ignited her passion back. Both who clearly loves each other, but at that point they know that their path will diverge for the greater good, knowing peace will never come over them. Duty trumps overall. And in this case, their sacrifice of love and peace will fuel the rebellion. Or at least until this asshole shows up.
But I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
I can't fucking wait for season 2, man. I could choose another monologue in the future, so please don't blame me if I do, because I really do love the series. Even though I'm not that big of a Star Wars fan anymore, it's just so good. Please do leave down in the comments of any other scene that maybe I have watched or I haven't watched that I could hyperfixate and discuss. Anyways, yeah. Thank you for watching. Peace.